Guys, welcome to this video on the select top statement in SQL/TSQL. In the last video we had looked at how to use the SQL statement. So if you hadn't or haven't seen that video and don't know how to use the SQL select statement, it's important that you watch that, which is the previous video in this playlist. So if you do know how to use this SQL select statement, then this video should be easy for you. So let's just get into a demo right away. Again, just to let you know, I'm using Azure Data Studio, which allows me to use SQL Server on the MacBook, and I've got a detailed video on how to install it, and I link to that in the top right corner of the screen. For those of you on Windows who want to learn SQL, I've got a detailed installation guide for SQL Server Management Studio, which is the tool on Windows or PC. But the important thing for you guys is that there is absolutely no change in the syntax or in the logic or anything like that. Everything will work exactly the same. It's only that the UI is a bit different. So let's get into it. So as you can see, I've just got a sample select statement here that's returning hello world, and I've already added some sample data from Mockaroo, which is a great resource that I had mentioned in the last video, and I'll link to that in the description. So let's just have a look at the data. So as you can see, this is the table. It's called mock data here. So I've got IDs, first name, last name, email, gender, IP address, and country. So, and I've got 20 rows here. So what the select top statement allows us to do, so let's look at what it is and its syntax. The select top clause or statement is used to specify the number of records to return when querying data, right? And the use of this is it's important when we have large tables with thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of rows, and when we want to view just a segment of the data or just to understand the table, we don't need to query the whole table, which will have a huge performance impact on our SQL server and computer. So the SQL top allows us to just specify a few rows of data, or how many rows of data we want, just to get an idea of what the table is like. So when we look at the syntax, we can see that it's select top number or percent, and then the column name or names from table name. And if you want, you can use a where condition, sort condition, order by condition, etc. So in its most basic form, how we use it is, suppose we wanted to just return the top 5 rows of this table. What you do is you write select top 5 and star, which is where the column names would be. So if you run this, you can see that you get just the top 5 rows from the table. So that is in the syntax where you saw number, that is where this 5 is. So and you could instead just add the column names that you wanted. And you got the top 5 of those. So yeah, that's just to show you that. And now coming to the other variation of this, where you can just return a percent of the number of total rows. So we know that we had 20 tables in this 20 rows in this table of data. So if we wanted to get just 2 rows, that would be the top 10% of data. So you can just write select top 10% star wedge or column names from the table name. So you run this, and you can see, as I said, you would get just 10% of the 20 rows, which is 2 rows. So that's a quick demo on the select top statement in SQL. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and like this and share this video, as it helps us to continue making videos like this. Thank you.